we're heading over to Nissan today to load up some Infinities to head down to the port. So that's what we got going on right now, and just wanted to stop in and say hi as we got on the road. Last time I was trying to be pretty honest with you guys about my battles in the trucking industry. So I kind of want to touch on that subject, but first, before we do anything, please smash that like button. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and become a member of our channel and hit the bell so you'll get an alert every time we get every time I post a new video. But I just wanted to touch on kind of the way my mindset has gone in the last little while, because like I said before, touching on what I talked about before, the fact of, you know, it seems like every time you put a little bit of money in the bank, you're something happens and you're looking bankruptcy back in the face again, and that fear factor of moving outside your comfort zone. So I kind of wanted to start right back on where I left off with that, because I did get to a point a little while back of constantly, like I've said, running in my comfort zone, never reaching out, never expanding beyond where I've been. So I kind of want to touch on that, the fact that I got to a point where I more or less just said to myself, look, I'm either going to go run outside my comfort zone and make good money, or I'm going to go bankrupt. So it got to a point where there really wasn't much of a choice. So I at that point, I just said, I'm going to go run. You know what? I'm gonna say the hell with my worries, and I'm gonna put it in God's hands. Let Him decide if I'm gonna stay in business or not. And you know what? If He wants me to stay in business, I guess He's gonna help me get through some of these DOT inspections. And like I've said, even though we put forth a lot of money to try to make sure everything's legal, everything's on the up and up, and we don't have any kind of major issues, again, DOT is always going to find something if they really wanted to look. I've always had the theory, be super nice to DOT and argue with the judge. So don't ever argue with the man with the gun, and a lot of times you'll get out better off because of it. But yeah, I more or less sat back and I'm not trying to make this a religious vlog telling you to go find Jesus, which I mean you should, but that's not where I'm going here. But I sat back and prayed about it and just said, look, I'm putting it in God's hands, and I'm going to let my company rest with Him. So He's the one that gave it to me. He's the one that can take it from me. And it's paying off. And it's paying off very well. We've had issues. Everybody does. And I still get very nervous pulling into a scale house. Especially for me, my Achilles heel is that scale house in South Carolina on I-95 headed northbound that I know likes to target car haulers. So that one's a little bit of my Achilles heel. I'll get real nervous pulling into that. I don't know why. Like I said, I try to make sure everything's 100% legal, but I guess it's just something I'm going to have to battle with my entire life. So, and with that, guys, I guess find your medium, find your way of coping with the nerves and the anxiety and the fear factor of what's around the other corner. That fear factor of pulling into the scale house and getting that DOT check. Because I have it, I deal with it every single day. But for me, I guess my biggest advice for even if you're gonna get a DOT check, to try to get out of it safely, whether you have something wrong or not. Don't give them obvious things. Make sure all your lights are working. Yeah, it kind of sucks, and sometimes it can be tedious and chasing wiring problems or finding lights, getting them ordered, but go do it and get your equipment top notch, because if at least on the outside, get it looking top notch. If it looks like they're gonna find something, they're gonna search and they'll probably find something. So really put forth a good amount of effort to try to make sure that they're not gonna find anything easily. Make sure your tires are inflated, make sure all your lights are working, make sure your paperwork's in order so when they ask for it, you got your IFTA permits, you got your any kind of trip permit that you might need, you got your registration, your cap card, your insurance documents, your e-logs, I mean, all ready to rock and roll. Even if it's in your glove compartment, just make it so it's in one envelope, so you can just reach over, grab it, it's all there, you can pull it out of the envelope, hand it straight to the DOT officer. Like I said, I get very nervous, but I have had multiple DOT inspections, especially in Georgia, where they really like to stand on the scale and give you a very quick level 3 paperwork check. Yeah, they don't give you a inspection sheet, and technically I guess they're legally supposed to, but oh well, I don't argue with them, because I don't want them doing a level 1 on me just out of spite, because I asked them for an inspection write-up. But yeah, I've had it in Georgia. I pull onto the scale, the officer's standing right there, I pull onto it with my window rolled down, I wave to him, say hi, be polite. He'll say, let me see your logbooks and paperwork, and it takes me a half a second to grab everything, hand it to him. He'll just quickly thumb through it. I mean, we're talking about the amount of time it takes you to get scaled. He thumbs through it real quick and goes, okay, driver, you're good to go. And I'm grabbing gears and getting out of that scale house. Again, I pull out of the scale house, I'm shaking like a damn leaf. I don't know why. I've been doing this 10 years. I guess I've never really driven for somebody where I don't care or don't have to care as much if I get a DOT inspection, because it's not my business. That could be audited because of the inspection. So I try to keep everything top notch. I do run older equipment. I'm not running brand new equipment, but I don't know. That's kind of my tips and my ideas on how I've gotten through my issues in the trucking industry. And we all have them. And if you guys have specific issues you want to talk about, please hit me up. Hell, at this point, I'd even be willing to do a one-on-one, not really a one-on-one, but a one-on-one live vlog with you, where you and I can talk to each other and figure out, where we can discuss some of the fears that you have in the trucking industry. I know a lot of people's fears are going bankrupt. That's my biggest fear too. Not being able to provide for my family. That scares me. Now I know if I lose my company, I'm not going to have the freedoms that I have now, but I'll still be able to provide for my family. I will have a job, and I will have a job within a couple days of closing these doors. Whether it's driving for Cisco and doing restaurant deliveries with food, whether it's pulling a tanker and delivering to gas stations or cross country. I'm not going to have the freedoms that I have. I might not have the home time that I have now, but my family will always be taken care of. So guys, if you have any questions or any concerns about the trucking industry that you want talked about, please hit me up and let's go through them. But until then, guys, I'm signing off. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate it. God bless, and I'll see you on the next one.